welcome to another episode of Get to Know, something special that we're doing for our Calvary students here at Calvary Baptist Church. And today I have with me Max. Max, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey guys, my name is Max Johnston. I am 15 years old. I'm in the 9th grade and I currently go to Hillsdale High School.
All right, good deal. 9th grade. So first year of high school.
Yeah,
How's that going for you?
it's going pretty good. I want to say I made a name for myself, but there's no telling.
There is no telling right now. That's for sure. So first year of high school, 9th grade. Let's ask, what is your favorite subject and what is your least liked subject?
For right now, my favorite would have to be algebra, because I just like the teacher. I got my buddy sitting right behind me, and it's just a fun class.
All right, so that's your favorite. What about your least liked subject?
Oof, there's a lot in that category. I'd have to say history at the moment.
History is the least liked. Okay, all right. Oddly enough, that was my least liked subject in school as well, so I totally can relate to that. However, algebra was not my favorite. That's a surprising answer. I don't know a lot of people that would say algebra is their favorite in 9th grade, but kudos to you for liking algebra, figuring out what x equals. All right, good, man. All right, so having done some previous interviews, I know Hillsdale is the Falcons. Are you involved in anything extracurricular at school?
I'm involved in a lot. I'm on the football team, the baseball team, and I am part of the theater. Also, academic challenge.
All right, so that's like 3-4 different things. How are you still involved? I know at one point you're still involved in band.
Yes, I am still in band.
All right, so that list grows. How does it work to be involved in football and band? How does that work out?
Well, when we have the band camp during the morning, I get like 30-minute to an hour window to get ready for football, eat lunch, and then I have to go to practice. And that's during the summer. During the school year, on Wednesdays, the band has an after-school kind of rehearsal. So I go to that, and then after that, I had to get ready for football.
Wow.
And then I march during halftime.
So you march during halftime in your football uniform?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds super busy. Are there a lot of people that are involved in both? Are you the only one involved in both?
There's about 4 or 5 of us involved in band and football.
Wow. All right. That is busy. And then some other things as well. If you had to pick of your favorite extracurricular school activities, what's your favorite one to be involved in?
You blanked out there for a second. Can you repeat the question?
Definitely. What's your favorite after-school activity of all the things you just named? What's your favorite one?
Out of all the extracurriculars?
Yeah.
I'd have to say baseball.
Baseball. Okay. What position do you play in baseball?
I play in the outfield.
Outfield. All right. Well, there you go. How long have you been playing baseball?
I started in T-ball, but then I kind of got away from it for a little bit, and then I started back up in 6th grade.
Okay. All right. So a good while. How long? Let's go to the others that I didn't ask this question. How long have you been playing football?
Just this year.
This was year number 1.
Yep.
And so were you JV?
Yeah, I'm on JV.
Okay. All right. And then band, two things. How long have you been involved in band, and what do you play in band?
I've been in band ever since got into the public school. So when I was in Wisconsin and then here to Ohio, and I play in the percussion section. So I'm kind of all over.
Okay. All right. And having previously interviewed your brother, he plays the drums as well. Do you guys ever share instruments?
Yeah, just this year actually we had to share the marimba,
Okay.
which is a giant wooden bell kit.
Huh. All right. That's pretty cool. And so those are some of the hobbies. And you had also mentioned, did you say theater?
Yeah, a theater.
All right. And so what have you been involved in as far as theater goes?
Um, since middle school, I've been in the drama club that they've had the whole time I was there, and
Okay.
then moving on up, I'm in the musical now. So yeah, it it's pretty good.
Okay. All right. Any big roles? Do you have any big roles in the musical?
We are doing the Adams Family, and I am the understudy for Fester.
Oh, all right. Okay. Interesting. Well, good.
Yeah.
So those are all things that you are interested in and some of your hobbies. Um, Let me ask this. You've mentioned several times having been in Wisconsin and then moving to Ohio. So all told, how long have you been attending Calvary Baptist Church?
Um, I think it's 3 or 4 years now.
Okay. All right. And for you, again, I know the answer to some of these questions. I'm asking for those who are watching. When you first came, did you personally, did you come right into the youth group? Were you at all involved in the children's ministries? What did that look like for you when you first came?
When I first came, I started out in the children's ministry, and then kept moving up from there.
Okay. Did you come on Wednesdays and were you involved in Awana, or was it just Sundays with junior church?
I did come on Wednesdays. It was a lot of fun, both in Awana and in the youth group.
Okay, good. So you got to experience some of Awana and all that that's about with game time and lesson time and first time, all of those things. And yeah, now being part of the youth group, that's good. Now, how would you contrast? I remember asking your brother this question and hearing his answer. How would you say some differences from Calvary Baptist Church to um, the previous church you went to, or really any church that you had visited or went to? What's something that stands out about our church?
Well, the one thing that I noticed is that the schedules there are flipped. We have the service first, and then we go into our little youth group thing. But here we have the youth group first, and then we go into the service.
Hmm.
That's one big notice that I've caught.
Okay. That's an interesting one. At one point, it was kind of that way here at Calvary. Years ago, we had it's kind of strange to say. We would have a service, then we would have our small groups, and then we have another service. We used to have two services because in our old auditorium, not everybody would fit. So that was the only way we could accommodate. So service, small groups, service. And so kind of similar, but not quite the same there. Interesting. That's good to know. What is, maybe to say it this way, what's your favorite thing about our church right now?
Um, I'd say the youth group because it's like it's so more you're more communicated in in the youth group than we were than in my last youth group.
Okay.
It's like we're all connected.
That was the word I was going to use. There's a connection. Everybody is connected. Good. And that is encouraging to hear, obviously, as the youth pastor. Um, How about, are you involved in any ministries at our church?
Uh, I am in the 2s and 3s right now. Well, was.
Yeah, was. I know that in doing some of the schedules and things, yeah, you rotate through on some of our children's classes from 2 and 3-year-olds, 4 and 5-year-olds, and then 1st through 6th grade. Having worked in the kids' classes, do you have a favorite age range that you like to work with?
I had to say here 3rd through 6th grade.
Okay, all right. That's what a lot of people. Go ahead.
This kid's like, we have a 1st grader here at home, and he gets annoying sometimes. He will get annoying. So I'd rather be off with kids that don't get so annoying, but yet aren't afraid to come to you when you need help.
Good. All right. Well, I can get that. I'm not only the youth pastor, but the children's pastor. So you're speaking my language there. What about careers? Looking to the future, any idea on what a future career would be for Max?
Right now I'm looking at a mechanics job somewhere down towards Mansfield or just staying here in Ashland.
Okay.
But then later on down the years, I might just move to California, if anything, find a job there.
All right. So a couple questions out of that. Looking at some possibility of mechanics jobs, are you looking at additional schooling for that? Are you thinking career center to get trained for that? How would you make those steps?
Next year I am planning to take a shops class, so I can like get used to some of the machinery, and I know that some of them work on big block engines for like tractors and stuff like that, and that'll get me prepared for my junior year when I plan to go into the career center.
Okay. All right. And you mentioned California. What is the draw to California?
I've seen this cool studio that does it focuses around YouTube videos, but they do a whole lot of other stuff, and it's just something that I've been looking at, wanting to go there, see what it's all about.
Okay. All right. So a little bit of travel possibly involved in that. Very good. Um, here's a good question. And again, I mix in some new questions from time to time. I have asked this one already to a few, but I've not yet published these videos. So here you go. Who is your hero in life? If you had to pick one or maybe a couple, who would your heroes in life be? Think about it.
Hmm. I don't know.
It's a thinking question.
If anything, I'd probably say my Uncle Stacy, because
Okay,
he's like a father figure to me.
gotcha. So that was my follow-up question was the why. Why is that person a hero? And so more of a father figure. Obviously, that's a good answer. Any other explanations of the why? Or, I mean, that's a good one.
He's the one that got us into this house right now. Otherwise, we'd either still be living with my aunt or finding a different place to live. But he allowed us to live here. We fixed up the house. We still got work to do, but
Good. All right. So
he really
that's a
took
good
us.
answer. It's a good answer. And again, it's just little bit of a different question, and it does take some thinking when it comes to that. Max, I trust that you're saved, that you know Christ is your Savior. Yes? No? Did I freeze again?
Yeah, you froze again.
All right. So I said, I trust that you know Christ is your Savior. Yes or no?
Yes, I do.
All right. Could you tell us a little bit about that story of when you got saved? You may not know all the details, but give us what you know.
Sure. Um, I I was 6 at the time, I believe, and my friend Josh was over to our house, and we were talking, and I told him that I knew all of the Bible stories, and I knew who Jesus was. I just never really believed in him because I was thinking like these are just stories. Someone could have just made all this up.
Hmm.
But it's like if it deals with miracles and him bringing people back from the dead, bringing himself back from the dead, then I'm like that's just a whole bunch of fiction. It's not real. But then he told me that if you don't start this new life, then you never will in the future.
Hmm.
And it's like at 6, that's gonna hit you hard.
Yeah, definitely. And that is, even to say on your part, that is some deep thinking for a 6-year-old. But at the same time, the other side is, man, think about as a child, there's a lot of fictional stories that you're told.
Yeah.
Some just historical child stories, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, the Three Little Pigs, like all these stories you're hearing. Mix into that, you're hearing Bible stories, and you have to delineate. Okay, what of these are true, and what are, as you said, what's fictitious, and so interesting. So 6 years old, and in a sense, it was your friend who really had the opportunity, in a sense, to lead you to Christ.
Yeah.
So from a young age, you placed your faith and trust in Christ at a very young age. And now, going into your teen years, have you ever had or struggled with any doubts regarding your salvation?
I have. It mainly started when I was in 8th grade because a lot of things were happening to me at that point. And it was early in the year. It was actually a couple months, actually on the 2nd of this month is 1 year that my grandpa has passed.
Hmm.
And when he did, it just hurt because it's like, why would God allow this to happen to us? Why couldn't we find it sooner?
Hmm.
That's a tough story. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No need to apologize. And that's honestly, if I can speak to it, it is somewhat common for not just even in young people, but even for adults through tragedy, especially the tragedy of death, to begin to have some questions and maybe some doubts, but some big questions that go deep as far as God, why did you do this, or why did you allow this to happen? And it can fester and no doubt creep in and create some doubts. So how have within the last year, how have you overcome some of those things?
Um, just talking to a lot of my friends because a lot of my friends are Christians, and I know that they can help me get back on the track, the track towards God,
Mm.
and just staying connected with them, being connected at the church, and talking to God. It's just helped a lot.
Good. That is good to hear. Communication and communication is key. So that's very good. How about, do you have any favorite Bible stories or a favorite Bible character?
Mm, I gotta think of that one. A lot of stories and a lot of different people, but I'd have to say Moses, actually.
Okay. All right. That's a good answer. He's your favorite Bible character. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of stories regarding Moses. So, um, why does he draw you in? Why do you think he's your favorite character?
Um, the story when he's leading the Israelites out of Egypt, showing that there's always someone that can help you even when you're in the lowest of lows.
I like that. That's good. I really like that. Here we go. I'm gonna throw some favorites at you. What is your favorite pop?
Ooh, I didn't say Mountain Dew.
Okay, just classic Mountain Dew.
Yeah, just classic.
All right. Favorite flavor of Doritos?
I eat a lot of Doritos.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Favorite flavor. There's so many flavors now. You got to pick a flavor.
I'd have to say, like the spicy chili.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's mine too right now. So, yes, that's the purple bag, right?
Those are good ones.
Yeah, I like those. Favorite gum, whether it's flavor or brand?
I haven't chewed a lot of gum recently, so I just have to go with the most recent one that I've chewed. That would have to be, I think it was Juicy Fruity.
Juicy fruit. All right. Okay. What has been your favorite youth activity that we have done here at Calvary?
Definitely the Q&A. Those are spiritual and they are funny. It's
Yeah, they get interesting, that's for sure. And
yeah.
I enjoyed our last round of Q&A. Did you submit any funny questions during that? I mean, they were all anonymous at this point, but did you submit any funny questions?
I have not. I haven't submitted any questions yet. I haven't really thought of any questions to submit yet.
Okay. All right. What is your go-to order if we were to drive to, let's do Wendy's. Let's do Wendy's. If we're going to Wendy's, what's your go-to order?
Baconator.
Baconator. All right. Small, medium, or large?
Medium. I'm tall, but I can't eat so much. Not as I used to.
All right. Okay. And so I'm assuming with that, you're getting a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Look, I'm learning things. I'm getting to know Max. All right. So let's close out. Well, I'll ask this one. You're a guy. Guys typically have an answer to this one. Do you have a dream car?
Seen a lot of cars. Right now, I'd have to just say a Mustang.
Huh? Specific year or just general?
Doesn't matter the year. They're all good cars.
All right. All right. So a Mustang. So now you've gotten to know Max a little bit better. And if you really want to be a good friend to him, you can buy him a Mustang. All right. There it is. Perfect. No.
I will even consider on giving you a hug.
Oh, boom. There it is. But seriously, we thank you so much for tuning in and watching this interview with Max Johnston. And now you do get to know him a little bit better, but let it go beyond just watching this video. Spend some time getting to know him as we gather back together, Lord willing, soon as a church and as a youth group. Max, before we close out, any closing words that you would like to say to people who are watching?
I would have to say if you're dealing with anxiety right now because of the COVID-19, just don't fret, trust in God, and if you have to, grab a cat.
Oh, all right, there you go. I don't like cats, so that does not apply to me. But
I got a cat sitting up here on my bed.
I saw it was on your lap a little bit ago, or maybe a different cat. I don't know, but
I have two cats.
I like it. Up to the cat point, I like it. If you're dealing with any anxiety or anything, don't fret. We talked about that in our recent Bible study. But I definitely appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope and pray that it was a blessing to you to get to know Max a little bit better. And we will see you on the next episode of Get to Know.